Hey guys, welcome back to Loop Hub. Today we'll talk about the most disgusting moments on Dr. Pimple Popper. Let's head into it. Number 1. Oreo cream cluster growth. The social media feeds of Dr. Pimple Popper have suddenly been flooded with huge growths. However, in a recent video, the celebrity doctor addressed smaller blemishes on a woman's face in the form of microscopic cysts known as milia. Milia appear on the top layer of a person's skin, generally on their face. They're non-cancerous and made of keratin, a type of protein produced by the skin. Despite their modest size, the milia put on a show, spurting out a thick white fluid that looked like Oreo cream. Dr. Pimple Popper used the tip of a surgical blade to create small perforations on the milia in order to treat the woman. Because of their flat and close to the skin nature, milia can't be popped or squeezed. Instead, she pressed down on the growth with a looping metal tool, and a thick white material erupted from the wounds she had made. Lee repeated the procedure several times until the pus from the milia she was operating on was entirely emptied. She then moved on to the cluster's other milia. Dr. Pimple Popper employed the same method, piercing tiny holes in each milia before draining them with her looping instrument. Lee's goal with these extractions, according to her, is to remove the tiny sac that holds each milia. Lee provided the woman a retinol serum to integrate into her skincare routine after a marathon of milia extractions. Vitamin A in the form of retinol is extremely powerful. This aids in the reduction of milia by eliminating dead skin cells that will otherwise build up and become trapped beneath the skin surface. Number 2. Scrambled egg lipoma bursts out of a patient's shoulder blade. A cyst is a closed pocket under the skin, filled with some type of fluid or other material. Cysts may form inside the body, for example, on the ovaries in women, or on the outside, such as under the skin. Lots of skin bumps, though, are not truly cysts, even though many people commonly refer to them that way. These hard nodules that appear beneath your skin may be cause for concern, but most of them are harmless. However, cancerous cysts do occur, so have any growth that is causing you pain or increasing in size diagnosed by a doctor. How a cyst is treated will depend on what kind of cyst it is and whether its presence is limiting you in any way. Throughout the pandemic, celebrity dermatologist Sandra Lee has had no shortage of lumps and bumps to pop. Dr. P discussed her latest patient's treatment, which required cutting into an orange-sized lipoma on her shoulder blade. A lipoma is a fat-filled growth that develops under the muscle layer and the skin layer of a person. Lipomas usually grow slowly and are modest, with a diameter of around 2 inches. In one woman's situation, her lipoma had grown larger and more apparent over the course of 6 years, so she opted to have it removed. Although lipomas are not malignant, they can cause discomfort if they grow in certain regions, such as the base of the neck, according to Lee. Dr. Pimple Popper began treating the patient by injecting a numbing solution around the affected area. She then used a surgical blade to cut through the lipoma center, revealing a lumpy and yellow fat deposit beneath the skin surface. Lee then dug into the incision with her fingers and the tip of her scissors. She also tried to push the growth out of the woman's skin by squeezing the outside of it. Dr. P noted in the video's description that lipomas are enclosed in a tiny sac beneath the skin surface, which allows them to pop out of the skin with one push. After a few minutes of struggling with the lipoma, a fat deposit broke the surface, which Dr. Pimple Popper was able to cut away. Despite this, she didn't obtain the entire lipoma because fibers under the woman's skin acted as netting, keeping the lipoma in place, according to Lee. Because of its difficult to remove nature, Lee referred to the growth as a nuisance and bossy, and she squeezed and pushed around the skin. Dr. Pimple Popper was able to catch a last lump of fat with tweezers and remove it out of the skin, leaving a gaping hole 10 minutes later. She used surgical stitches to close the wound and advised the patient to limit her shoulder movement for the following 10 days. Lee also noted to the patient that her challenging situation was unsurprising, given that the skin on the back is often thicker, making lipomas more likely to become caught, as hers did. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.